What is going on, guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about mid lane Hoodwink and how I feel like this hero is extremely underrated and should definitely receive much more love and playtime than other heroes should, just because the skill ceiling is just up there. This hero with the skill shots can do a ton of work in team fights, and Acorn and Bushwhack are such great abilities to be using when you have really good setup, like Lich ulti. You can set up for Black Hole as well. You can do a lot of things with this hero, and it doesn't really require too much effort because his cooldowns are so quick. You just need to build the right items. So I always start with Tangas, a circlet, a stick, and 2 branches, which will eventually turn into a Wraith Band, Treads, Falcon Blade, and then eventually you will get a Gleipnir as your damage item and lockdown as well to set up for those long range bushwhacks. The Falcon Blade is just because I don't like to go bottle on this hero. He has a lot of mana issues, so if you can get your supports to buy mana boots, you will be a lot better, and you don't need to go for the bottle. That's usually what I tend to ask for, but you can get the bottle as well plus the Falcon Blade. It's just really cheap damage. It's a really good item on Hoodwink, and he takes full advantage of this item as you get good mana regen, you get good damage, and it's overall a pretty good item on this hero. One of the really bad things about this hero is its last hit animation. It's pretty garbage as there is a wind up, so you end up having to use Acorn Shot to secure your range creeps and to secure creeps in general. And once you have your Maelstrom, you're going to be farming really quickly. You can pretty much one-shot a creep wave. Eventually with the Acorn Shot, it does so much damage, and overall it's a really good harass tool because once you land the Acorn Shot and then you bushwhack them to the tree that creates, and now you can set it on auto cast, which is pretty good. I wish it wasn't auto cast, just because if you're a Hoodwink player, it doesn't really take too much effort to land one. But there's so many trees on the map nowadays that you can just scurry around the trees and kind of play it like a tree protector sometimes, where they're not going to be able to look for you, and you can hide in some really sneaky places and get a really nice bushwhack on the natural trees that are already there, and you still have your Acorn Shot to use, and it's a lot of damage. Some people underestimate the amount of damage this hero can do. It's a very versatile hero. There's so many builds you can go on it, but I always tend to go with the Gleipnir, and then I will usually get a Daedalus or a BKB. It honestly depends on what the game calls for, but usually the more damage you have on this hero, the better. You can play a little bit greedy as you have some really good escape tools and you're able to get away. I've seen some people building blink daggers on it. I definitely don't recommend building items like blink dagger on Hoodwink, as the more damage the better, and Hoodwink just already has pretty decent catch, so you definitely don't need to go for an item like that. Scotty is really good on this hero. Daedalus is another really good item. So honestly, as long as you get the Gleipnir for your setup and for your farm, you're gonna be fine, and then you can kind of build whatever you want. But overall, you can get Butterfly, Monkey King Bar, you can get a shit ton of items that still make this hero work. And Scotty feels really good on this hero. Even though his attack speed isn't the greatest, you can always build attack speed. I've built AC on this hero and it becomes a tank. It's so hard to kill him when he has an item like AC or Shiva's. It's very difficult to kill him, and he is overall very squishy, but with items like that, he is no longer squishy, and you could kind of frontline a little bit for your team. You're usually going to be the initiator, or at least the second initiation, just because of your Acorn and Bushwhack. This is also the type of hero that can fight consistently because his cooldowns are so short, so I definitely enjoy it when I have a greedy lineup and needs me to create space. I will end up playing Hoodwink because as long as I have mana, I am able to rotate. So if I'm really struggling with the mana issues, I will end up getting the bottle plus the Falcon Blade. If I have a mid laner that isn't harassing me too much, isn't burning down my resources, then I will play a little bit greedier and not get the bottle. I will still try to secure the runes, as this hero benefits a lot from the runes, especially from a haste rune. You can make a rotation really quickly. Double damage is also very solid on him. Illusion rune doesn't really do too much for you, and neither does the invis. It's alright, I guess. If you have a really good gank lane, then you can use the invis rune. If you are not forced out of the mid lane and your lanes are going okay, you definitely shouldn't rotate. You should be a little bit greedier, get your Maelstrom at a really good timing, and I definitely don't recommend you guys to skip on the treads. I've seen a lot of players going straight for the Maelstrom. You can do it, but that's only if you're really snowballing in your lane. But if your lane is going 50-50, I definitely recommend you guys to get the treads, as you're going to be a lot tankier. You're going to be able to do a lot more things, and it's just overall a better tool, and that'll help you secure your Maelstrom even faster. With the extra attack speed, you're going to be able to farm camps a little bit quicker. You'll be able to do a lot more things on the map. I definitely recommend you guys not to skip on boots, as Hoodwink is not really a fast hero. He's kind of slow, and you really don't want to take early skill points in Scurry unless you really need to. I would definitely max Bushwhack, max Acorn Shot, as those are your main tools to fight and farm, but definitely give this hero a try. It's honestly fantastic. Doesn't have too many bad counter matchups, obviously. The usual ones like Necrophos or Huskar, these heroes that are really in your face and are consistent damage, but these heroes that like to poke like Queen of Pain or like a Pudge or Gyrocopter, these kinds of heroes that really just shoot one ability and then you're good for another 15 seconds, those heroes you don't really care about, as you're going to regen up to full. Especially if you got a bottle and a stick, you're going to be absolutely fine. But these lane dominators will definitely crush the Hoodwink, as all you need is levels, and it's really hard if you get zoned out of the lane. And if you get crushed in the mid lane, going to farm is not really the best option in the jungle, as you don't really do it very well until you have your Maelstrom. So I definitely recommend you guys to not just blind pick the Hoodwink, but if you see a normal mid laner like Void Spirit or Ember Spirit or Queen of Pain, even Morta, you guys will be fine. But if you see lane dominators like Viper, Silencer does very well against this hero as well. So definitely pick it into the right game, and if you're a Hoodwink player, you already know your matchups and it'll make your life a lot easier. I'd like to know in the comment section below why you guys think Hoodwink dropped off the meta. I definitely like to know. I don't really have a solid answer on why this hero dropped. I feel like this meta benefits him so much. Not so much from the mid lane, but as a support, I haven't seen it either. And it's very astounding to me because now you can rotate so much easier using the portals that you can get so much value out of playing this hero as a position 4, but I haven't been able to see this hero neither in the mid lane nor as a position 4. I definitely feel like it's being slept on. You guys should pick this up as one of the underrated mid laners. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. A like would be much appreciated. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.